Okay, so hey guys and welcome back to another Sport This Week video, and in today's video I've got basketball, baseball, tennis, cricket, rugby, football, NFL, boxing, UFC and Formula 1 news. If you are new around here though and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So going into this one, we will start off with the basketball news. So Celtics lost 104 to 94 versus Warriors, and Celtics lost 103 to 90 versus Warriors, meaning that Warriors won the NBA. So congratulations to them and to Steph Curry, who managed to pretty much in a way carry them to the title. But either way, still a very good performance from the whole team. Respect for Celtics for getting that far. And yeah, it would be interesting to see who wins it next season, because I mean, Lakers won it season before and they weren't even in the playoffs. So, well, I'm pretty sure they weren't. So, it'd be interesting to see if it's the same with Warriors or if they can come back and win it again next season. But yeah, moving on to the baseball news. Giants won 6-2 versus Royals. Yankees won 2-0 versus Rays. Red Sox won 6-1 versus Athletics. Giants won 4-2 versus Royals. Dodgers won 2-0 versus Angels. Giants lost 3-2 versus Royals. Yankees won 4-3 versus Rays. Red Sox won 10-1 versus Athletics. Dodgers won 4-1 versus Angels. Red Sox lost 4-3 versus Athletics. Yankees won 2-1 versus Rays. Giants won 2-0 versus Pirates. Yankees lost 1-12-3 versus Blue Jays. Red Sox won 6-5 versus Cardinals. Dodgers lost 2-1 versus Guardians. Yankees won 4-0 versus Blue Jays. Giants won 7-5 versus Pirates. Red Sox lost 11-2 versus Cardinals. Dodgers won 7-1 versus Guardians. Giants lost 4-3 versus Pirates. Red Sox won 6-4 versus Cardinals. Yankees lost 10-9 versus Blue Jays, and Dodgers lost 5-3 versus Guardians. And yeah, so that's all the baseball news. Moving on to the tennis news, where it's the German Open, where Sabalenka lost 2-1 versus Kurdametova. Then it was the Hale Open as well, where Tsitsipas won 2-1 versus Bonzi. Medvedev won 2-0 versus Goffin. Tsitsipas lost 2-1 versus Kyrgios. Medvedev won 2-0 versus Ivashka. Medvedev won 2-0 versus Batista Agut. Medvedev won 2-0 versus Oates. Medvedev lost 2-0 versus Hurkacz to win the men's singles Hale Open. And Jabeur won via walkover versus Bencic to win the women's singles German Open. So yeah, that is all the tennis news. Moving on to the cricket news now, where England won 498 to 266 versus Netherlands and broke the record for runs in a one-day international to go 1-0 up in the series, which is a mad feat. Joe Root yet again showing why he is probably one of the best, if not the best batter that England has as an option at the moment. And then also in the second game, England won 239 to 235 versus Netherlands to go 2-0 up in the series, meaning that they win the series. And so the last game's not really got anything to play for, but I mean, it'd be nice to get a clean sweep of getting 3 wins out of 3. A bit closer this game was, but still managing to get a win. So yeah, moving on to the rugby now. England won 18-4 versus Combined Nations All-Stars, and England lost 52 to 21 versus the Barbarians. Obviously they're not really that important games, they're just kind of friendlies that have been put together, but I thought I might as well mention them as well. Moving on to the football now. Marquinhos has joined Arsenal. Gravenberch has joined Bayern. Croatia won 1-0 versus France. Australia won 5-4 on pens after drawing 0-0 versus Peru to qualify for the World Cup. Kompany is the new Burnley manager. Matic has joined Roma. Nunes has joined Liverpool. Hungary won 4-0 versus England. A bit of an embarrassing result. I don't really want to speak too much about that. Germany won 5-2 versus Italy. Netherlands won 3-2 versus Wales. Belgium won 1-0 versus Poland. West Ham will play Man City on the opening day of the Premier League. It's kind of the only interesting game on the opening day, or the opening weekend. Mane has joined Bayern. Bissouma has joined Spurs. Bazunu has joined Southampton, and Ketia has signed a long-term Arsenal contract. Ramsey has joined Liverpool, and Girona have been promoted. And yeah, that's all the relegation and promotion teams that I have to talk about now. And that's also the end of the football news. So moving on to the NFL news. Only a tiny bit of news being that Steelers are extending Fitzpatrick. So yeah, that is all the NFL news. It turns out it's not starting until August. So quite a bit of time off in between, which is what I didn't realise. But yeah, moving on to the UFC now. Gary will fight Green on the 2nd of July. Garn will fight Tuivasa on the 3rd of September. Andrade will fight Fiorot on the 3rd of September. Vera will fight Cruz on the 13th of August. Buckley won via KO in round 2 versus Jurayev. Holland won via submission in round 2 versus Means. And Emmett won by decision versus Qatar, which, to be fair, that might be an interesting fight depending on where Emmett goes next. I mean, he was calling for a title shot, so be interesting to see if he does get that. I don't know if he will, but maybe. But yeah, that's all the UFC news. Moving on to the boxing now. Paco will fight Jarvis in September. That's as much as I've got for that information. Smith will fight Mason on the 6th of August. Gorman won by TKO in round 1 versus Salek to become International Boxing Federation heavyweight champion. Beterbiev won via TKO in round 2 versus Smith Jr. to become WBC, IBF and WBO World Light Heavyweight Champion. So I mean, I did predict that he would win right, but I didn't think it would be as convincing as what it was, and it was very convincing. I predicted, I think, round 11 to end, but in fact it was round 2. Continuing his 100% KO or TKO record, so congratulations to him. And Usyk will rematch Joshua on the 20th of August. That fight has finally been announced, being in Saudi Arabia, and it would be a huge fight. Shame it is in Saudi Arabia. I probably would have rather it be in England or somewhere else like America maybe, but preferably probably in England. But still, either way, I'm just glad it's going to happen again, and before the end of the year, which is nice. So I will do a prediction for that. I'm not going to give away any spoilers as what my prediction will be, and we're going to move on to the final sport, which is the F1 news. So the Australian Grand Prix renewed until 2035, but this week is the Canada Grand Prix. So Leclerc receives a grid penalty for following new power unit element, as he had to put it in because the car was just kind of in a mess, but so he had to do that. So it started with Verstappen on pole, Alonso started second, and Sainz started third, which is the first time, I'm pretty sure, ever there was a two Spanish racers on the grid in top 3 at once. In the end, Verstappen won, Sainz finished second, and Hamilton finished third, and Suwanda, Schumacher, and Perez did not finish. It was definitely an interesting race. But in the end, I mean, Verstappen just about manages to win, even though Sainz did take it right towards the end, almost getting, I think it was like less than a second distance to Verstappen. So, I mean, congratulations to Verstappen for holding on and extending his lead in the table. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Sorry if my voice has gone a bit. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoy. Like the video if you didn't like the video. Subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.